I just want to point that out.
Thank you. Clerk, can you note that, please? Minority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Just want to point out a couple of things. You know, other than speculations, putting words into officers, you know, testimony, because really we didn't get much from the officers. The only thing concrete we have are the sworn affidavits by the governor and by the director of Secretary of Corrections at the time. And the charges of escape, that's all that we can rely on. Furthermore, Mr. Speaker, the charge of escape, you know, is a violation under 18 U.S. Code subsection 752 and 755. You know, even at best, if the governor violated this, it is a misdemeanor and not a felony as provided by the Articles of Impeachment. This article then fails to meet the requirements of the CNMI Constitution, Article 3, subsection 19, providing that the governor may be impeached in the commission of a felony and not a misdemeanor. Therefore, this article, you know, stands no ground, because it, even at best, it will be a misdemeanor and not a felony.
Which, just for clarification, which statute are you referring to?
18 U.S. Code subsection 752 and 755, as provided by the resolution.
Counsel, can you weigh in on that? Minority leaders stating that this is not a felony, it's a misdemeanor.
Under our CNMI law, the definition of a felony is, as we've stated before, it's actually one year under the statute. Well, I can put it up and we can show you. Yeah. Is that under?
If you, Mr. Speaker.
Further clarification, Minority Leader?
Yeah, just to point out, if you look at page 4 of the resolution, line 12, the second part of that line, if he negligently suffers such person to escape, he shall be fined under this title or imprisoned not more than 1 year or both. So if you say a felony is a year and some, right there, it's just not more than a year.
I believe you're referring to 18 USC subsection 755. But the item we are discussing is 18 USC 752. So can we, as the
maximum penalty under 18 USC 752 is 5 years. Imprisonment of not more than 5 years. So it exceeds the Commonwealth definition of felony.
Thank you, Counsel.
Clarification.
Point of clarification?
Yeah.
State your point.
Yeah, that is correct, John. If a person voluntarily suffers such prisoner to escape, however, we cannot tie that to the governor. You can only cite him on negligently suffers a person to escape. The governor was never there, went there and opened the lock and took out the prisoner himself and brought her to his residence.
That's not required under the statute. I'm sorry it took so long. We did cover this. There's so many things to remember. I did say it was on section 102. It just took a while to pull it up. The definition section under section 102, title 6 is felony means any offense or conduct prescribed by Commonwealth law which is punishable by more than 1 year confinement in a jail or prison. Now, that's still under local law too, though. And this is a federal law that we're alleging was violated. It's the commission of the acts, not the conviction. There's never going to be a conviction.
What makes it a misdemeanor or a felony is the penalty provision. Anything in our Constitution, anything above 2 years is a felony. Anything below that is a misdemeanor.
If you show me which part of the Constitution it is.
Article 3, Section 19.
Okay, we can go to that, but just keep note the definition of.
I'm sorry, that's not the. Yeah, that's the part where it says the governor can only be impeached with a felony and not a misdemeanor. You might have to look up the definitions of misdemeanor and a felony.
Okay, well, we're not alleging that he's violating a misdemeanor. We're alleging that there is a commission of a felony in this particular article. Felony is defined as any offense or conduct prescribed by Commonwealth law, which is punishable by more than 1 year.
Right, by you citing your own U.S. Code subsection 755, the penalty provision there is not more than 1 year.
I think that the earlier part of the section may be also relevant, which states it's in prison not more than 5 years. Are you not reading that too?
So what are you saying between the two articles? Because on subsection 755, it says not more than 1 year.
755. I'm seeing 5 years here too.
Voluntarily suffers such a prisoner to escape. Can we say that the governor did that, or did he negligently suffer?
Well, the committee found what the committee found, and the punishment for one is 1 year, as you're saying.
Can you define voluntarily suffers and negligently suffers?
Negligent is the duty breach and the causation. There's a known duty, there's a breach of that known duty, and there's approximate cause of the breach caused by the violation, the neglect to perform that duty. Voluntary suffers would be an actus reus. There's a willing and purposeful, a knowing action on the part of the actor.
An action, meaning he probably personally went there, opened the lock, and sent the prisoner to escape, brought him. Rather than negligent, yes?
To answer your question, yes, but not only those circumstances.
So the answer is yes.
Yes.
Floor leader, minority leader. And again, Article 1 is very clear. Let me read it again so there's no ambiguity here. On or about January 8, 2010, Benigno Repeki Fitial planned, conspired with others to commit or committed the felony of instigating or assisting escape in violation of 18 USC subsection 752. It's instigating or assisting, not necessarily committing the escape yourself or conducting it.